guys and gals, welcome to the first ever edition of the Weekly Snapshot. I'm your host HD, and this show is intended to bring you guys up to date with all things esports related. Now, I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about all these cons we have in the gaming world. We have QuakeCon, we have BlizzCon, and now it seems we may have something that amounts to a Call of Duty Con. Looks like big bad giant Activision is planning to run the Call of Duty XP convention, which is to be held in Los Angeles on September 2nd and September 3rd. Now, this is really important because since the days of cavemen fighting with sticks and stones, Activision has been releasing so many additions to its FPS genre. And this September will be no different as Activision plans to unveil the Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer edition at Call of Duty XP. But even bigger news is the fact that this is an Activision-owned initiative, which means that we have a publisher that is willing to support the competitive aspect of its games. And we all know how hard that can be. But probably the most interesting bit of information of all is the ridiculous, the unfathomable amount of prize pool money on the line. Over $1 million. Moving on, let's talk about MLG Anaheim, which is slated to be held on July 29th through July 31st. Now, traditionally, MLG has been dominated by Halo, but as of recently, our very own StarCraft 2 has been making a rise to the limelight at MLG Anaheim. Last Circuit's champion, Slayers MMA, showed some truly dominant Terran play, and look for the Koreans to make yet another strong showing at MLG. Speaking of StarCraft 2, there's also BlizzCon, GSL, and of course our very own IPL Season 2, for which the main event has just begun. So make sure to tune in every Thursday through Sunday this month for IPL 2 action, and don't forget to tune in next month in August for the IPL Season 2 Finals. You guys can catch Cat's Pajamas, myself, and Pain User casting here from the IPL headquarters. And speaking of Pain User, it looks like we will have a clip of him interviewing Evil Genius's Axe Lab coming up.
So we're gonna jump right into the nitty-gritty. We are gonna be analyzing a game from IPL Season 1, and this is actually from Winner's Bracket Round 1. It's a game between yourself and Sheth. You actually lost the first game, won the second game, and we are gonna go into Game 3.
Okay, so Game 3 starts out with me opening a 4-gate. I actually won Game 2 with a very aggressive 4-gate, where I cut a lot of probes and went straight out to kill them. And I had success, so I'm thinking Game 3, a 4-gate's a good idea, but as you notice here, I never cut any probes. I'm throwing down a Nexus. It's a very economical 4-gate.
Yeah, I noticed after your 4-gate, generally players will be so much more aggressive with a 4-gate, and they'll actually sink that extra 400 minerals into additional units, additional zealots, additional stalkers. You actually did a 4-gate with an expand behind it and applied pressure at the same time. What's the purpose of that?
The basic idea is you want to scare the Zerg into not making many drones. With an aggressive 4-gate, you kind of have to kill their expansion to be ahead. But with an economical 4-gate where you're up to 35, 37 probes during the 4-gate, all you have to do is just stop them from going up to about 60. If they're at 50 drones and you're holding them there, you're in an okay position, or better yet, 40, 42. So it's really, you're trying to force them to make units, and then you're also trying to trade efficiently using force fields.
Wow, X-Lab, thanks for sharing with us. Now, on to the other side of the world, let's talk about DreamHack, which is essentially a big LAN party that is held out in Sweden once a year. Now, the one thing that really stands out to me about this year's DreamHack Invitational was League of Legends, which was able to attract over 200,000 concurrent viewers for its finals broadcast between AAA and Fnatic MSI. Big congrats to MSI Fnatic for taking home that $50,000 prize pool. Now let's go ahead and talk about the EVO Championship Series, which is going to be held at the Rio Casino and Resort in Las Vegas on July 29th through the 31st. Only the best fighting games will be found there, including Super Street Fighter 4, Mortal Kombat 9, Tekken 6, and the traditionally US-dominated Marvel vs. Capcom series, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Thanks for tuning in to this first edition of the Weekly Snapshot. Also, make sure to view the game between Complexity RSVP and ATN Dark Force. That was an amazing game of StarCraft 2. I'm HD, and make sure to tune in next time.